Hey, welcome back to Jim's Eye View, and I have a video I want to share with you guys. I previously created a video for this topic on my other channel, but I wanted to redo it. That was a little earlier on, a few months back. But I want to just highlight this school in Canada has a teacher, a woodshop teacher of all things, that is wearing these prosthetic breasts to school. Now, the breasts have an erect nipple and the teacher is not putting anything over the nipple, as you can see in the picture. There's no bra or anything like that, and these are prosthetic boobs, so they can be removed and put back on. But the school has said they will not intervene to make this teacher stop wearing the breasts, stop wearing them in the manner that he is, by just letting the nipple be poking through the shirt in a woodshop class, which we know the majority of people in a woodshop class are going to be young males. So a lot of the males are upset about it, and they're choosing not to go to the class, which is of course hurting them because their grades or whatever may be slipping in that class. But that is their way to protest, and they just don't want to see it. And some of these boys are prepubescent, or they're in puberty, and they may be looking at these erect nipples and finding themselves getting aroused in a certain area, but they know this is a male teacher and they may not go that way. So it could be causing them a little anxiety or have them reconsidering their sexuality because they don't know how to feel about this male teacher having boobs. So I wanted to just discuss it and highlight it, because even though this is in Canada, we know good and well this may already be happening over here. Now, personally, my nephew used to attend a high school. He's graduated now, but the high school allowed a male teacher to come in. He would wear a long wig. It was a white guy, and he'd wear a long blonde wig and a long dress or a dress and skirts and stuff, but he wouldn't put on any makeup. He didn't do anything to his face. He didn't have any boobs or anything like that. He looked like a man that just got up and put a dress on and put a wig on and walked out the door. It kind of looked creepy almost. And this was what he chose to wear every day. And the kids, they kind of like laugh and, say whatever, but not to him. They just went to class as normal. But I couldn't imagine for them have to go to sit in a class with a teacher with these huge boobs on, because if this was a female teacher with her own God-given boobs, and they were that big, and her nipples were just erect in her shirts and blouses, I would have a problem with that. There is a certain level of decorum that a teacher should have, and you shouldn't want any distraction from the students from their learning whatever they're supposed to be learning. Now, they have all kind of restrictions on girls and colored hair and guys and the length of their hair in some of these schools. So you mean to tell me that a teacher with her breasts like that or his breasts like that is okay? It's not a distraction? Clearly it's a distraction. But this is what is coming, apparently. This is the world we live in 2022. And people are pushing the boundaries as to what is okay. And apparently it's a free-for-all. Whatever you want to do is fine. We're on a slippery slope to full-out genitalia just hanging out the clothes. And then they'll dare you to say something and you're the problem. Well, I just wanted to bring this to your attention in case you were not aware that things like this are actually happening in these schools. So homeschool your kid if you can. If you can send them to a local school that you may have in your community, like a little private school or something, man, it's worth it. If you can talk to them and see what their beliefs are, see the curriculum. I know my children went to a Black Christian private school when they were coming up until they got about first and second grade. But before then, even pre-K and all of that, instead of daycare, they went to a private little school where they had their little uniforms they had to wear. They had to get backpacks and school supplies, and they actually taught them, even went from the time they were 3. So it's well worth paying the money, especially if you already have to pay for daycare. Find the little school that you have to pay for just as much as you would daycare. Sometimes it may even be less, but let's try to keep them secluded as long as you can. But you also have to have conversations at home with your children to let them know what's good, what's okay, what's not. If there's an agenda, if you feel there's an agenda going on TV, online, everywhere in these schools, and you have to be the one to advocate and talk to your kid to keep them in the right mindset. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.